remaining.
T1 not up the
10
series
seconds
1-1, and that brings us to our Verizon high-speed moment. And this one goes to Meteor, an absolute playmaker in the server, doing some, well, let's just say the Lord's work with that ISO, holding it down, and he is definitely been on fire today, Mimi.
What an intelligently played clutch from him, stealing the planter with the ISO, almost just winning it straight up on time, but finding the duel at the end here to close things out as well. Meteor has been incredible for T1 all tournament long. It's his third Masters final in a row, and playing like this puts him on a good pace to win that second trophy.
We even saw later on Jogamo using the fake clone to try to bait out one of the ults later on and catch it, but Meteor couldn't be denied. Just the impact that he gets with this patient style of play that T1 has is wonderful, and it's so successful against the Breach Taeho because they give so few cues as to when they're going to exit.
Yeah, it really has just been an absolute beauty to watch here. But another thing as well to keep in mind is that Meteor is going for something pretty big here, right, Mimi? He's going to be one of the first players, the first player, to reach 3 Masters finals in a row. This guy has achieved something incredible, and if anything, it goes to show just how far he's come.
And it has to feel so good for the rest of T1 to be around a guy like that. They have some pretty inexperienced players. This is Sylvan's first international tournament that he's attended as well. You have Izu, who's only made it to one event before at a global level. He didn't win a match there. His first global win was this event, and now they have a chance to lift a trophy here as well and give Meteor his second. He doesn't want to feel that feeling he did back in the Masters tournament they fell to against Sentinels last year.
And he's doing a great job of it here. One of the things that I really feel like has been pushing them forwards is their success in the Thrifties. They've just had so many moments where they've been able to tie together with low eco and put insane amounts of pressure onto their opponents. And you need players like Meteor to be able to hit shots in rounds like this. You see in a round like this one where they turned the game around. This was 8-8. It's a Thrifty for T1 and they get the win. They've got an insane eco win rate overall. Meteor's the only player with a Guardian. He's also got the ult to be able to work around. And at the end of the day, what gets it done is that G2 give them the sight. And then from that position, T1 are able to hit shots and win in the post plan.
This team is so interesting too because they're winning so many Thrifties, and some of them are just off of incredible individualism from some of these star players. But you also have rounds that are just well constructed, being willing to risk ults, to invest a lot into making something happen on these eco rounds. They are winning some of the most Thrifties of any team we've seen at the global level in quite some time.
And I think one of the reasons is because they actually come into it with more game plans than others, and they treat them as winnable rounds. They don't treat them as throwaways or rifles. They come up with specific game plans and have plans to be able to get the best out of their small util.
Oh yeah, and it's also, you know, that MR12 format, every single round is going to matter in this situation here, especially on that stage there. But that takes us, though, to our MasterCard fan poll. Earlier, we didn't get a chance to show it. Now we want to show it to you guys. Reason why? Because you all overwhelmingly voted for T1. Now, is that a matter of, you know, the fans just being into the underdog story, or a genuine belief that this team can win, especially after what we saw in Haven?
For a lot of people, I think it has to be a genuine belief. That belief has been building all tournament long. But to remember that this is the team that was swapping their assistant coach into play, then swapping him back out for Sylvan, was having weird things going on with their map veto, was losing matches regionally, to now be here in the finals with a chance to lift a trophy. It is such an incredible turnaround for T1.
The score's tied at 1-1, and we're going into the most difficult spot for T1 though, Mimi. This is a map that they have just been permabanning the entire event. And G2, they're doing all right on this map. They're doing pretty well, actually, but it's not their best. It should be one, though, where they have an outsized advantage playing Jogamo on the Yoru, playing Leaf's Chamber. It'll require a lot for T1 to overcome them on Abyss.
Autumn said they had a plan cooked up for this map, that it had special practice, and it's going to be a comp change. Double duelist!
What is that? The Reyna is coming out for Meteor?
Feast or famine, bro. Honestly, though, Meteor pops off with the Reyna. Anything's possible.
The biggest thing they're going to have to deal with on their attacking side is Leaf's Chamber. G2 have a ton of different looks for him, getting aggressive with different Chamber TPs, setting him up with Jonas Fault Line, being able to take fights that no agent can safely besides that Chamber.
You're bang on the money, though, Golden Boy. This is going to come down to whether or not Meteor can just feast. Is he in tournament winning form? Is he looking to lift a trophy? Can he will himself across the line?
Buzz is 10 kills away from breaking the global kill record that Durka already claimed this event. He's never won a trophy before, but he's that close. That's how good he is, and he's gonna try and break that record on Jet.
A lot is on the line for both of these teams. Let's send it back over to your casters to call all the action. It's Achilles and Paper Thin yet again.
All the action, and based on what we're seeing in these comps, there is gonna be so much of it. Reyna, something we haven't seen all tournament long. Got a first glimpse of it on this stage earlier when Superbuzz was playing it in the show match, but that's about it. Meteor has not played this agent much at all.
It's the second time ever, as far as I can tell. This is completely unexpected. I, honest to God, thought they might run ISO on this map and just send it and just see what happens. I'm very, very interested. This doesn't look like what they did on the offseason. They had the Cypher on this map when they were playing it a bit, but this is the real danger, man.
Yeah. Aforementioned there from the analyst desk, Leaf on this Chamber. One of the few in the world that really still makes Chamber look like he's absolutely busted from the olden days, but Buzz now 8 kills away from claiming that kill record on the global stage. Comes up with 2 quick ones here. As immediately Trent forced to just tuck back. Valen steadily making his way over in towards tower. Has been noted, Meteor and Reyna put down. A lot more work to be done here. Buzz at 10 HP.
Ooh.
The shock there was available, he would be able to do it, but we'll just get him with the classic, it seems. Turned himself down to 5. And as he goes to swing out, he's just getting encroached upon. Will be hunted as T1 reclaim the lead in pistols and get the opening round here on Abyss.
So if I could theory craft a little bit on what's going on here in T1's mind.
By all means. And good luck.
Yep. No, I mean, look, no matter what, I'm trying to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. But my guess is that part of this is the Leers can keep Leaf off balance. Like, you can clear the way that he holds A. Like, a lot of times he's going to be peeking out a little bit even deeper than what we saw in that previous round from A in towards main. And this time, G2 just wants to brawl. They sounded a fault line early. Stacks with the drone, stacks with a kill.
Gonna be taken down. Getting quite the reveal here. Yep, now the call to just try to bail off the side of the map has been made here from G2. Trent could not escape. And we'll just be flawless here for the side of T1. G2 venting the play, sticking around with it would seem. And overall, do not mind it. You do not want to be funneling these ultimates into the likes of Buzz to stacks.
I mean, because here's the thing for T1. A lot of what G2 wants to do on this map is control mid. Use those double TPs, whether it be Jog, whether it be Leaf, to kind of work that part of the map. Get it behind that box that's in the center, kind of push out from vent sometimes, things like that. But with this Reyna here, I think they're just going to try to abuse the heck out of these chokes in front of A and B, try to brute force their way through onto site, and see, just let the chips fall where they may. I mean, why not? The mud's worked, let's do it.
Again, those salvos to try to interrupt and find some damage. Once that rendezvous comes through, Trent, nice headshot on the swing of the corner. Raise one back there onto Buzz, finds another.
Oh, Trent.
Stacks eliminated, dart in. Looking for the shock setup as Meteor able to find Leaf. Back into a 3v3, Spike still not yet planted, now committed to. It's pop flash out. Meteor off the flank, able to find one. Takes it a Smith's back, holding the corner. Headshot is found, Jogamo gonna be eliminated, and Trent's out of bullets! T1 convert the bonus, 3-0 start on G2's pick of Abyss.
This is madness. I mean, Autumn said that they had something special prepared. And so far, he's been absolutely correct. I mean, Buzz just getting ahead of the game there. Jonah B with util in hand. The dismisses can work around these boxes so nicely on site. I mean, you're gonna see similar scenes on B, assuming that T1 eventually goes over there. And immediately a timeout called here by Josh. He loves to get into things early, especially if his team is down like 3-0, 3-1. He wants to make sure that whatever's going wrong gets corrected immediately. And my guess is gonna have to play a little bit further back. You're gonna have to give up a little bit of space towards A main, because with that Reyna there, with the Leers, it's actually gonna be quite difficult to challenge it.
And as quickly and as deep as Buzz is getting in at the moment. Looks like he's playing the brand new agent here. Just so fast to scale forward into the site and take that space.
It's like, you mean I don't have to play Yoru or Raze?
Yeah,
All right, let's go.
a rare change up for him. 3-0 start, certainly not what G2 were anticipating at all. Maybe for themselves, but certainly not for T1. Call's gonna be a couple more singers back into the mix. See if they can swing things here with a thrifty attempt. Hunter's Fury off the back of Trent's heroics thus far is gonna be online.
Yeah, now my eyes are on to Sylvan. He's looking to take a little bit of space towards mid, see what he can get done. That's something that G2 does so well, is control that space, and they're all the way over, putting 3 players onto the A site.
I was gonna say, look at this conditioning.
Yep.
So they stack things up here. T1 immediately pivoting over to that B site for the first time. Just looking to try to catch them off guard. As talking about deep little peek.
The classic.
DP's back out, joins in on this side of the map after not seeing anything. Quick to reinforce here, RG2, making the right call to get into pole position, but that haunt. Dealing 2 players here, it's Valen pushing forward. Unable to find the kill himself, but Trent will be able to do so. Lined up the fake out. So far, just that 1-for-1. Hunter's Fury, on the back of the ping, Meteor previously weakened up, ends up falling down. Izu, gunned out by Leaf. Stacks pushing forward, however. Catching a glimpse, but Leaf over the top. Headhunter collects. And Sylvan now once again asked to clutch for T1. Swings, finds the first. The hold coming through, and he just faces forward. Red Bull clutch, Sylvan bails him out and keeps G2 off the board.
It's scrappy, and G2 reacts pretty well to the B pressure. Nothing A, and they are on their horses trying to get over to the other side of the map. And they're able to cut down a lot of T1 members. A great Hunter's Fury from Trent. But Sylvan's still alive. Sylvan in the back lines. And Sylvan has come up huge for T1 since coming back off the bench. So many assists. The assist leader coming into today. Him and Jonah P neck and neck in that regard. And he's been instrumental in a massive clutch for T1. This time, a little bit further back. It's already pinged out. T1 has figured out already how Leaf wants to reposition. Since he's not going to play aggro in front of A main, he likes to play around the right-hand corner. See how they want to try to get him out of there. Maybe just a prowler to check.
Sure is that there's no one playing forward.
It's that operator.
Another prowler to check. Tries to wait it out. Eventually has to take the rendezvous. Buzz once again into the back. The paranoia is there. Jonah P is going to be taken down. Smoke's now popped. Plant coming through. G2 getting situated. Trying to go for this retake here. So he's not going to connect. They have no idea. Positions here from T1. Recon going to be sent down. Buzz moments before getting flashed up. Able to find a kill. Dashes into the corner and snaps on the Trent's head. Pushes forward, looks for the shorty kill. Cannot find it, but it won't matter. The rest of the team has his back. 5-0 start for T1.
And the diligence here. I was crediting G2 for some of their homework. T1 now getting an A+ as well. So aware of how they want to set up on this defender side. The Leer into the paranoia. Good luck, Jonah P. And Leaf has no choice but to TP out. And Buzz is just a monster. Cleaning out players on the back of site. And it is full throttle. And believe it or not, a second timeout for G2. That's both of them burned within 5 rounds. The 6th coming.
Not something you want to see here for the G2 faithful. Believing in this squad. The arduous road that they have had to get to this moment. From ascending for everything that had happened with their previous organization, getting picked up by G2, getting into Tier 1. They're close, but no cigar finishes last year. To now being in a global final. And on this map, that so many people would have said dead to rights, this is the one, Abyss, where they should be able to smash T1.
I mean,
It's not coming to fruition quite just yet.
All I could think of when I saw this comp was what in the paper Rex is T1 doing? Because this is just madness, but it's working. And again, it's leaning into the strengths of this T1 team. Double duelist, create chaos, create space, let your fraggers frag. And they've been so good. The coordination in the heat of the moment with T1 is unparalleled so far this year in 2025. This time, we try to put a little bit more pressure here with Jonah P. Aftershock to dissuade the push. Do have Jogamo there as well on the Yoru. Try to cause a little bit of chaos.
Another chance, another attempt here at a Thrifty. On point blank. TP out, Armageddon, forcing Jonah P forward. Once again, Paranoia up. Regains some vision, but Buzz still able to go ahead and find one. Brings back through, Trent to go ahead and collect. Meteor dropped. Solid trading here for the side of G2, but now player advantage in the hands of T1. Weapons not recoverable. Leaf slowly creeping his way over. The tour de force committed in. He needs to put it to good use. Look, they try to go for the close angle. Spotted the leg, finds the shot. Izu gonna be put down. Slow field there, weapon recoverable. Just the Stinger still. Sylvan. Oh, down. Out of the smoke, but Stacks with a reposition. It's not red! They get so damn close, but every single time, T1 denies them the win. Another Red Bull clutch, this time from Stacks.
I mean, Jonah P is just getting brutalized outside of the A door. And they're throwing so much utility to make sure that's clear, and Buzz is always checking that angle first. God, Buzz, excuse me, Stacks as well, just...
It's so smart.
It's so unbelievably smart, and that's those years of experience that they've had. So many international tournaments that they've been through. They want to make the most of it this time, finally getting to that grand finals. Jog, TP out, another push forward towards A. Gonna be clear to the drone. Smoke immediately goes up. Meteor's still gonna push forward.
Clear out, over the top, Buzz drifting, shot out of the sky. Jonah P through the smoke, able to find Izu, their best opportunity! And what is that, the Colette? Silva take it down. This time, damn near flawless in reply. G2 at long last. Break the win streak from T1.
Yeah, like the ideas here. Just gum them up at the choke and just spray them down. Don't let them keep getting through there for free. Buzz, the flank angle attempted to be created with the up and over. The Blade Storms immediately shut down. Nice work by Jog. Jonah P there. Catches, I think it was Stacks or Sylvan trying to run out of that smoke and just get them shut down. And yeah, you can see it's easy, guys. Just spray them down through the smoke.
Let's do that every time. Because the rounds have been close, G2 have broken down the economy a bit here from T1. Oh, okay, yep.
He's good.
Waiting for a little while longer than felt comfortable.
Just jog things. Loves to get that early info. Can check a few extra angles with those peaks that you normally can't get any. So let's see. He's gonna tuck into the corner again. This time though, T1 gonna leave. Just Izu.
This is shifting them across over towards that operator.
Yep. They have no info on this side of the map.
Go for another one. Does go ahead and catch a glimpse. Does that keep them interested enough? Just the one player. They've been playing off these prowlers, off the haunts coming through. So for now, G2 not going to be rotating anybody over.
Exactly. It's the fade. That's what's going to sell this. That TP might give it away.
Quick little check. Zalir comes in. Leaf looking for the timing shot. Buzz up and over. Going to be seeing too much. G2 needing to get clustered, but now rotate into mid here from Izu.
30 seconds left.
Can he find a timing? Can he find a kill? Create that pressure here on the flank. He's watching to see if anybody goes pushing forward. Out from the spawn side, but Sylvan just goes up into heaven. He comes away with 2 eliminations. Draw committed here forward on the site, but is not ready for the flank. Buzz, second round takes him down. The Rolling Thunder committed, meaning absolute jack. Buzz, looking for that next kill, cannot do it. The Nork and Trent. 3 players surviving. Basically a Thrifty here from T1, not allowing for G2 to get back-to-back wins.
That is brutal, and that is going to set Buzz ahead of Durka for the current kill record at international events. What a player. And he is showing off on this Jet.
And no one else from the top 5 is here. And let me tell you, the gap from second to third, monstrous. Buzz looking to push about 350 kills ahead of Aspas.
Yeah, let that sink in. I mean, that's just how big consistent, you know, those Vision Strikers, DRX teams were. Now this T1 team might do something they never could.
This time Leaf able to find the backstab play here from G2 is absolutely gorgeous. Tearing them asunder as Stacks. Tucked into the corner. But well, red headshot, Stacks fighting back for one fight, back for another.
Spike down B.
It all comes down to Meteor, and he cannot find the first. Gets that kill on Leaf, maybe you start believing, but G2 getting themselves his second round win.
Huge stuff from Leaf. I mean, he's just been nasty with snipers. That's part of the reason he's so good on Chamber. Oh, just saw the dash from Buzz and was able to adjust.
Spike down B.
And a great read here from G2. Start taking advantage of the mid space being given up by T1. Something they've done to a lot of other teams, but because of, I think, the pressure and the pace that T1 was coming at them, they never really kind of figured out that that was going to be available. And now T1 aiming to try to re-clear that space themselves. They're the ones pushing up a little bit towards mid. Shot and a miss. Leave TP's out. Now they're grouping up. Jog there. That one ain't real.
Still taking 0 chances. Checking around in towards mid. Trent obviously not going to see a damn thing. Once again, that Hunter's Fury online. Second one does get cycled up.
Double stars right at the door. Could be a grab well there. A little bit tricky. Gonna use the Armageddon.
Sends that over towards tower. Buzz drifting up and over the top. Tries to dash his way up into tower. Cannot do so. Hunter's Fury from Trent able to find one. Meteor going to be taken down. Buzz now just sat here waiting for the timing. The bow drawn out. Swings the corner. Looks for 2. Gets a head double Leaf. But cannot find the kill. Leaf able to find that elimination. Joggerbolt spraying down one. Izu capitalizing as he runs out of ammunition. Stacks just trying to play around here. Around the sides of that Nebula. Finds the first. Just a sheriff in hand. 3 bullets. The Cosmic Divide sent out. Leaf perched above. Finds the kill. T1 not able to find the round victory here, but still getting ultimates out of the hands of G2. With 2 more rounds to be played here in this half.
I think the biggest thing right now for T1, finding a way. Yeah, Meteor again caught by the Hunter's Fury. What a shot from Leaf.
It's a completely different story if Buzz is able to find that one.
Yeah, and
good on Leaf.
you got to get this operator out of his hands. You got to find a way to shut this chamber down. And they've been playing a lot more passive than usual with it, and it's working a treat for G2. So for T1, you know, this bull rush that you've been attempting had been working, but now it's starting to get shut down. Now G2 is starting to find their timings to cut you off, starting to get the reads, starting to get their feet underneath them. What can you do in response? This time they're going to send the drone over towards B.
Oh.
TP.
Now Joggermo up close, but not going to be fast enough there, Sylvan. Trying to find that punish, but Izu catches Leaf, just trying to push forward. Yeah, that's the operator now on the floor.
I have the spike.
What a kill to be found. Nightfall online. Want to go for the push here onto the site.
That's one way to get rid of the op. Jeez.
Sylvan showing some presence here at mid. Valen still continuing to scale forward. Jonah cutting back across over towards tower. Nightfall going to be sent through. Trent pulls all the way back. Able to avoid that. Couple shots ring out. Those Liddy's going to be situated here.
Nice seize.
All this blind spray. Buzz catching Jaw right as he tries to set up the pop flash out of the smoke. Valen around the back being noted. Stacks watching on the angle. Buzz tries to keep himself covered. Cannot. Stacks wins the fight off screen. And now it's just Jonah P. He finds one, but nothing more. T1 looking to lock G2 out of the remainder of this half. Potential for a 9-3, unless G2 could get one more round win.
And Leaf is going to be one away from another tour de force. Going to be scooping up a Guardian, it looks like. Thought about an Outlaw there, but knowing that the money is flush for the side of T1. I love the way Buzz plays this. Gets that kill, gets the spam, knows he's dead. throws a smoke and tries to jump off the map to break their angles so that his other players can step in to get those kills. That's a really, really smart heads-up play from him. Leaf gets this one kill. It could be a very different round.
Absolutely. Empress now popped.
What?
Line shots into the smoke from Valorant. What a timing. It's Meteor. It's a little bit of damage. Kill and assist, obviously, can devour to get his health back. Sleep just gonna be shoved away from the window here at Heaven. Meteor chasing forward, considering a push out of the smoke. No more Lears available. Probably not spotting. Gets recon down. Gets tagged down so very low. 15 health remaining here on the Reyna.
New trend.
Spike planted.
Izu noted up close. Trying to reposition, but as
Flank.
Like I said, yes, Jonah P working his way around through their spawn. And right now, no sights on this whatsoever. Stax jumps back across the opposite way, but all eyes are tied toward their side. Jonah P able to find two, leaving Stax now on his lonesome. And they will just look to try to run him down. They nearly align, but he cannot find them. And a 3K from Valen will get G2 a 4-8 scoreline in the half.
Absolute madness. Can this work on the defender side? I have no idea.
We have no clue what this is going to look like. We're all going to find out together, so stay tuned.
Had it with your old phone? We've got you. At Verizon, trade in any old phone for iPhone 16 Pro on us, on any plan. And get iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all three on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
Red Bull gives you wings.
We are back, about to jump into the second half on Abyss. Score at the moment tied up 1-1 across the series. T1 pulling out a brand new composition after keeping this map tucked away for so very long. We saw G2 starting to understand it, starting to be able to break it down in the latter bits of that half, but is this enough damage from T1 as they move over to the defense? An 8-4 scoreline. Will that get them a victory here on the map that everyone had them written off on? And how do they use this composition on the defense?
Yes. I mean, I think my mind immediately drifts to the middle part of the map. How are you going to control that? You know, you're going to just have to throw bodies at the problem potentially if it starts to become an issue. Flanks are something that G2 loves to create. We've seen it all the time. Leaf's going to be potentially lurking on you, or somebody else, even on this squad, could go for that. Jog does it from time to time. Because of the TPs you have available, T1's going to force a bunch of players in towards that middle area. I mean, this comp's meant to brawl. So they're going to
Players set up.
go for it.
Clear on the recon. Meteor up close. Break on the door. Buzz desperately trying to escape. Meteor going to be good for one before getting traded up by Jogamo. Tuck back as Trent down to 35 health. Izu on the swing though. What a shot. Finds one up and over the top, but Jaw still standing. Someone eventually able to shut him down. Trent finding another. Is it still going to be chaotic? Stax at 22 health, needing to get the hits across, and he cannot. G2 tie us back up 3-3 in pistols, and they take their first step. It's getting back into the driver's seat here on Abyss.
G2 had this read from the get-go. You can tell with that fault line in particular that they knew what was going on. They knew something was up. Jog does a great job to find one, TP back, find another. Buzz tries to dash in, but Jog is ready for it on the third. Huge round for him. The duelist for G2 coming up big in a pistol round that they desperately needed. And they found some success. They found some breathing room. Looks like it's all classics.
Goodbye. Anyway, GG
oh.
go next. Yep.
That's fine.
Just taking a little, taking a note page out of the notebook here from G2. Quickly go for the reset. Some people might not like it, but I, for one, am happy to get back into the action.
I truly do not care. I just don't. It's a valid strategy.
I mean, look, T1, you know, they've been very good at getting thrifties overall across this tournament, but they said, yeah, this one's going to be a bridge too far. Let's just get some rifles.
Yeah, there's no reason to feed any more orbs over. Jog's already 3 away from a dimensional drift. Like, forget it. Who cares? Move on with your lives, people.
Well, Recon not going to spot anything here mid. Widely left alone by T1.
Yeah, and this is where I really expect G2 to kind of hammer the point home. So take control of this, find those flanks. And for T1, that means you have to be really good at controlling the links, making sure that those are at least accounted for. And again, you're going to have to throw bodies at the problem. So in this case, they've got the duelist there.
Salvo on the side, gonna ping, looking for a timing, but he's just gonna get timinged instead. Sax, take it down, Jaw.
You got the TP, he's okay. It's okay.
Gets himself out of there. That's why pre-planning is very important. Does stay alive, but player advantage for the moment here in the hands of T1. Paranoia, trying to slow things up, and Chogamo just absolutely blind in the corner, ends up getting taken down. Now the crossfire coming in. Azizu sends out the C's. Keep them locked in position. Shock into the corner, widely avoided. Azizu rides the rope up to safety.
Should be undoable, yeah. Okay, one for Trent, can't find another. Buzz finds the final 2 in the round. 9-6 now for T1.
2 players lost. Still fairly clean of an anti-bonus. Now, we can get down to the nitty-gritty. Get into our first proper buy round here for G2 on this attack. Fortunate for Jonah P. Did well to be able to push that far forward, but then just caught him at very terrible timing.
Yeah, it's been really good util though, especially from Sylvan and Izu. They've been finding good timings to hit the Paranoias, to hit the Prowlers, to hit the Seizes. Things like that are really opening up the map for T1. And that's another thing that this comp can do pretty well, is just slow you down. And make the map smaller in a way, right? Because you want that util, you want to cluster G2 up and hit them with everything at once, and just leave them stunned. Let's see what they can do on this one. TP into the back.
Stacks revealed, another Lear sent here from Meteor as he tries to get out into the open, is able to find one, just misses away. It's quite a bit of damage though. Not gonna be concussed up. Spike up towards that back site. Starting to get planted here. Swing out for Buzz. Cannot find the kill there on the lead, but Meteor does. Looks for a fourth. Can't make it happen, but the cleanup is still swift. Defuse from T1. Gets them to double digits. 10-6.
This is unbelievable. And this time it's the Reyna. It's the double Lears. He throws out a second one and is able to catch Jog swinging that angle. And then he finds one, gets the miss, dismiss, gets the info. Sets up the good trades for the rest of T1, who are flooding right behind him. This is bringing a smile to my face because it's working. I never would have thought in a million years when I saw this Reyna on screen that this had a hope in hell.
I mean, look, we know Meteor, incredibly talented, can be one of the best players in the world.
But he doesn't play this Aegis.
Aegis never plays this, but it lends itself very similarly to the ISO. To a degree. Buzz, it's gonna be stun off the angle. Obviously don't go nearly as far anymore with those tailwinds when you're stunned up, but quickly T1 gonna be forced away from this close hold.
Great covering fire there from Izu to make sure that Buzz could get out safely.
It's all a bit of a ruse here, as now the dimensional drift gonna be coming through. Stacks around the back of sight. Knows that he's gonna be spotted out, desperately just trying to get out to safety. Jaw able to capitalize, finds him with the stinger.
Oh, this lurk.
A lurk from Trent. Decently read though, the shot's not connecting. Izu just dancing around him. Trent just paints an outline on the wall. Paranoia, scale forward, starting to begin. Buzz watching that close, deep corner. Swings out, ends up getting taken down. Talking about now once again striking! 5-3, Knight pulled out. Sylvan will be able to stop him from finding the embarrassing kill. G2 will fight back. 3 rounds separating.
They're able to catch T1 overcommitting to save Buzz. They're able to get great info off the back of Jog's ult. Find out that the site just has 1 player on it. Clean him out, get through. Yeah, Stack's frustrated by that one. Yeah, for sure. That was a toughie. You're left on your own there, and G2's got the read.
Full Sheriff buy down here. 4T1 gonna pull off a thrifty. Stealth drone on the chase, not gonna get anything but meteors. Sheriff absolutely will.
Right for the gun.
Collecting Balon's head, making sure that this is gonna be safe. Not able.
It's too deep.
Just backs away. Might have actually gone off the side of the map. Can't quite tell either way. G2 now looking to pivot. Push forward into this A site. Izu up in tower. Hopefully a C's here at the ready. Yes, does go in. Able to find one. The salvo's there on top of it. And Leaf cannot escape, nor can Trent. 2 kills found. Jogamo still desperately trying to escort them forward. But Jonah P is going to be taken down. And it is all on Jaw. They're trying to stop this thrifty from coming through. Binds 2, the reload completed. An eventual drift online. Swing! And he gets it done! Jogamo! What an unbelievable ace! What an unbelievable player! He keeps them alive!
That is absolutely unreal! He's able to isolate those first 2 fights! And then he's got the last 2 lined up for him! He fakes the teleport there, I don't think it mattered. He stands up. He's got Bangkok on fire.
He's got the coaches on their feet. My God. Woo.
Who's next?
An ace to deny the thrifty, to deny T1. We're getting even further away.
Out of charges.
Getting closer to a 2-1 scoreline.
I'm back.
He's gonna see this is wide open.
The paranoia out, but Izu smoked off, cannot try to capitalize. There's the ping reveal to Haunt. Telling all. Izu now repositioning. Cuts across that left-hand side, previously left open, and Valon does not get the read. Buzz of the off, able to find Trent in T1. Not skipping a beat. Nonplussed it seems. Like getting aced by a world champion just 1 round prior. They have their eyes on the prize.
And this is brutal because you don't have any more timeouts as G2. You gotta figure out a way. Jonah P, if you can stay alive a bit longer, you can give yourself a bit of a timeout, but he's spotted by the Haunt.
Meteor getting closer and closer. The Lear around the back, Jonah P now well aware. Woo, it's very snappy to get the shutdown. Well, what do you opt to do? 1 flash, no other utility, just a phantom in hand. And the likelihood of breaking this and getting back-to-back ace clutches
10 seconds left.
across your team. The odds just not in their favor. T1, a fantastic crunch. Shutting down this attack. The Haunt from Izu, absolutely monstrous. They win the round. They get up to 11.
And the paranoia as well from Sylvan to back Jog off on the initial entry. That bought a little bit of extra space here for T1 to let loose. There's some salvos in there to delay early from Stacks. But it's Izu so on point with this fade. Nice shot by Buzz. But you gotta find a way to slow this down. T1 is just reacting so well. As soon as there's contact, they've got so much util to buy that slight amount of extra time that they need to get into position to shut you out. Look at Meteor, he's just going for a walk.
Walking down mid, Leaf.
You are
Just there on
divided.
the opposite side. Cosmic Divide going to be called through. Buzz keeping himself obscured. Damage cross meteor down to 30. Buzz down to 8. Just trying to stay safe. The Armageddon's going to be called in the shot. Not going to connect. Valen able to find one, but then mowed down by the ult out from Stax. Paranoia hits. Stax swinging in towards backside, finding one. Not ready for draw, but Silva is there to capitalize. Suddenly into a 2v2. Committed positions. The decay coming in. Trent frantically trying. Swings the corner. Shots whipping on both sides. 5 bullets remaining now in the map. And Trent has the flick. The 3K to continue to fight back, to persevere. T1 not getting to map point quite just yet.
What a map Trent is having. 17 and 15 on this Sova. The one who's been able to hold on the tightest with this bucking Bronco that T1 has brought into Abyss. Just absolute madness. I mean, what a flick, too. That's a great idea by Meteor. Change angles, change positions. Doesn't matter. Trent's just better.
You want to play? Let's
Goes
play.
Buzz, blades out.
Tour de force on the opposite side.
Here.
T1 another crack at taking a thrifty against G2. And the stealth drone gets the ping out onto 1. Buzz repositioning now. Big call here, it looks like, from T1.
Yeah, I like the pause from G2. You've got to keep T1 guessing. You've got to get into those post plants. Because where T1 wants to win this game is before you can even get the spike down. So you've got to work the map. Got to be a little bit more diligent. Love this take a space. That's a ton of info there. And they know that B could very well be very open. Buzz the only one here. Hide in the smoke.
Shock dart, smattering of damage going to be found. Swings the corner, Giacomo going to be taken down. Buzz thinking about his next maneuver here. And goes right into the shock dart, stunned up there by Trent. Kill going to be found. Valen able to find Meteor, able to find Stax. G2 now starting to get a very firm grasp on these rounds.
30 seconds left.
Just the 1 casualty so far. Plant from Jonah P.
Spike planted.
Be 1 away from that rolling thunder.
Last player standing.
Now has it online. No shot for Izu. Try to force this out. Jonah P. On point. Brings G2 just 1 round away from tying this up 11-11.
Now I think you need a timeout from T1's side. I think it's time to consider how you're going to be able to react a little bit better on the map. Not able to get info early, especially with the way that G2 is just going to sit and spawn for a bit, maybe send a player down mid, see if they can get a read on anything. Because it's all about the timings here for T1. It's all about being able to react a step ahead of your opponent. And you're only 1 round ahead at this point. Through a blistering attack side, this defense side starting to show the weaknesses we suspected it might have.
Well, that's 16 rounds after G2 burned their last time out. T1 will call their first. G2 coaching staff, you have to suspect that there is a bit of a wave of relief there for them, but also some praises to sing for the team to be able to get it back into this close of a position.
Oh,
Still
you've got to
a
be...
lot more work to be done.
You owe Jog a dinner after this, because that ace changed potentially the destiny of G2, not just in this map, but potentially in this series. It's going to be an op for Buzz. It's going to be a heavy investment for T1. Looks like there's mostly rifles being bought. Jog? Let's see what he's got. Yeah, thought so.
Passed a little phantom here from his teammate. Buzz, he's looking to go on a very early, deep line with his operator.
I don't think it ever got noted when he had the Blade Storm that he jumped over there early by G2, so he might catch them off guard here. We'll see.
He's peeking in towards window.
This is good info. I think as T1 may want to consider sending an extra player over towards A. But for now, they're keen to just watch for any mid push-ups. I mean, we know Spike is down. But with Buzz getting all that early information, they're still going to lean in towards B, because this is what G2 did last time, was they just paused, they waited, and And then they exploded towards the B site. Drone, though, might give the plan away a bit. Izu falling back. Sylvan having to watch that link because, again, no mid control for T1. They have zero idea.
Rolling Thunder forward, sees, goes out trying to slow things up, but Jaw still able to TP up. Hunter's Fury now coming across. Down to one, looking for the follow-up, cannot make it happen. One staying alive here for now, but counter spray out, Meteor. It's quite a bit of damage. G2 now firmly entrenched. Spuzz swaps over the off the stacks, picks up a Phantom. Trying to break things open. Towards forward, oh my god, what a shot from Lee! Finds the second Jaw scaling. Into the back of sight, Izu. Take it down, stacks, dealt with the op. No purchase, no value. And Meteor cannot even rescue it. He has to escape, he has to retreat. The timeout call undone. G2, they will tie things up 11-11. His Jaw is out for blood. He would love to take this last weapon out of their hands. Either way, that spike is going off. And that scoreline perfectly balanced, perfectly tied.
T1's gonna have to dig deep because G2's got the read now. They figured it out. Just gotta wait him out a little bit. I think this is another timeout already. Right away. What a shot from Lee.
Disgusting.
Goodness gracious.
So damn good.
They are playing out of their minds right now. They have really come alive. That jog ace has sent them flying. We'll see what T1 wants to do.
I mean, it's such similar scenes from the start of this map, but now inverted.
Yep.
Back-to-back timeouts from T1. 2 rounds separated prior for G2. You can feel the desperation. And what is the call? The money. You barely have any of it. Operator lost.
I think something like a 3-man push out of A main. Just take some space early. See if you can bottleneck G2. Brawl. You've got to find ways to get those brawls going. If you can't get them to commit to chokes, if you can't get them to commit to getting stuck in the Fade utility, then you got to find ways to get the fights to go. The Fade and the Taeho utility. Then there's a chance. Then there's a shot. Stack's having a pretty decent game on the Taeho. Speaking of, 17 and 13, but need a little bit more from the rest of the squad. Buzz, 16 and 19. Hasn't really found too much success with that operator. Not going to have it this round, of course, but couldn't find the difference to be made to potentially take this map for T1. Mid-exploration here. Noise being made. That's, I think, to keep some of those T1 players stuck, having to watch those links so that the front entrances of the sites are going to be potentially a little bit more wide open. And who knows, if you just get no contact, just go for it and see what happens. I mean, granted, T1's done a good job when G2 is pushed all the way up of finding those kills, but no contact off the Prowler over at A. Buzz rotating all the way back over to B.
Starting to get clustered on the right
This might be the right read.
side here. Pink's coming down, worry about that push out from A main. Potential flank around the back. One from T1. Clustered in the correct position. An orb grab here for Jaw. Gives him the dimensional drift. Looks like he's just going to be pushing forward. As Meteor trying to get up alongside the smoke. Pushes in, but Trent keeps them covered. The Vandal shut down immediately. As Sylvan similarly falls. Buzz's Stinger's just not going to hit the same way. As Izu now, the last one standing, with no hope in hell. G2, they're gonna get themselves up to map point. T1, if they want to steal this map away, it's gonna have to happen in overtime. There's no shot. Flawless. G2 swat away both timeouts from T1 with relative ease.
Curious if they're gonna go for an op. Potentially, I don't know, but that's just, what awareness from Trent. He is so dialed in.
One enemy.
It's been a big part of this comeback for G2. Just so aware that someone could push that smoke, try to find that timing, especially when you're going up against an eco. Beautiful heads-up play from him. Now what do you do? Looks like it might just be a fast execute this time. Cosmic Divide into a quick hit.
Yep, Dimensional Drift. Meteor, for now, dancing around this Yoru. Hasn't quite been scouted until this very moment. Bolt line, flash, sent, drop down, headshot. Meteor dead. Sylvan stacks immediately evaporating. As it's Izu once again. A 1v4 this time. A bit easier perhaps. But still, feels like it is overall hopeless. G2 rallying back after such a deficit, after such a devastating first half. But this comp from T1, whatever legs it had on this defense, it's been swept out from underneath them. The time dwindling. Valen holding forward.
Where are you?
Haunt at the ready, but the next fault line coming in, just desperately trying to hold it to no avail. 13-11. G2 regain the lead in this grand final, and they are one map away from claiming the trophy as their own.
It's absolute madness. But G2 is able to keep their heads on straight. And you gotta think back to that jaw gaze. And you gotta appreciate the way Trent was locking things down with the Sova. So impressive the way they're able to mentally bounce back and recover after you having to use 2 timeouts within the first 6 rounds.
Unbelievable perseverance and tenacity from G2. We've seen bounce backs from T1. I mean, hell, we saw it on Haven, able to recover from that 5-13 loss on the opener. But it feels like this one is probably going to hurt a hell of a lot more. The map that you were basically written off of, that you start so well on. And then you have your back broken as Jogamo pulls off one of the craziest aces that we've had here at the tournament.
It's a haymaker. You're trying to throw the heavy hitter that's going to knock your opponent out. It's going to take them completely away from this particular match, but it doesn't happen. Instead, it's G2 who's able to absorb the punch. Yeah, they take a heavy hit. They keep their head on straight, and they punch you right back. Sent T1 reeling, and who knows, may have sent them home. Just unbelievable. That dog ace gonna live rent-free in my head for forever.
And both teams capitalizing on their advantages so well, but T1 struggling every single time they lost a player. They could not bring the round back. 0-9 on 4v5 conversions. Not something that you want to be seeing here in this grand final. But plenty of absolute treats throughout here from the side of G2. Split, however, coming up as the next map. The question is it the 4th and final? Or can T1 find success there again? Take us the distance. Take us to our map 5 and let us see a final showdown on Pearl. We're gonna find out, but for now, we've got special guests on special guests, so let's go ahead and hear from 2 more. We, of course, have Leo and Anna standing by down on the floor for an interview.
Reina in Masters Grand Finals. Does anything ever get better? Trust me, it does, because we're standing with Leo and Anna. And also it's Sarah for translation. Now, Anna, this event has been a banger. How have you been enjoying Masters Bangkok?
First, sawadika.
Oh.
Hi, everybody. This is probably one of the most special Masters we've had so far, honestly. This is my first time in Thailand. This is an amazing place. This community is so wonderful. I think this series is incredible. But I think my favorite part so far has been bringing Waylay to Thailand. I think being here today, listening to this crowd respond to her was just fantastic. I cried, I had goosebumps, it was amazing.
ครับผมและสำหรับคุณแอนนานะครับผมคำถามก็คือว่ารู้สึกยังไงกับการจัดงานที่นี่ซึ่งคุณแอนนานะครับก็บอกว่า รู้สึกดีมากๆนะครับผมไม่ใช่แค่เรื่องของแฟนๆที่ให้กำลังใจกันตลอด เรื่องของเกมที่ค่อนข้างที่จะสนุกเลยทีเดียว และก็ได้มีการปล่อยเอเจนต์ตัวใหม่อย่างเวเลเข้ามาด้วย ทุกอย่างทำให้เขารู้สึกตื้นตันใจและก็ขนลุกไปตลอดจริงๆครับ
Oh yeah, happy birthday to Weilai and also your husband too. And now Leo, can we get a shout out to this amazing city and the amazing crowd tonight?
You have all been incredible. We're so happy to be here. This is our first time with a global event in Southeast Asia. We hope it's first of many. We want to thank you for being such great hosts, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much.
และสำหรับนะครับคุณลีโอฝากถึงแฟนๆนะครับบอกว่าทุกคนยอดเยี่ยมมากๆเลยนะครับผมเป็นแขกต้อนรับแขกได้ดีมากๆจริงๆนะเป็นเจ้าบ้านที่ยอดเยี่ยมและหวังว่าจะได้มาเซาท์อีสเอเชียหรือว่าเอเชียตะวันออกเฉียงใต้มากขึ้นอีกประเทศไทยอาจจะเป็นแค่ครั้งแรกขอบคุณทุกคนมากๆครับ
Thank you, Anna and Leo, and let's keep the good time rolling because we have Split coming up.
And I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again.
Red Bull gives you wings.